Hello and welcome to another update on the Newberg real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal real estate broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, February 4th. So let me switch over here and share my screen with you and we'll go through the info here. First off, we'll look at active listing activity. So homes that are on the market. And then last couple of weeks, you guys see we've had 8 and 9 respectively new homes come on the market. Which is good to see some increased activity. It was a little dry there for a while. And in terms of total listings on the market, you can kind of see that's kind of come up from the low we had in late December of 66 homes on the market. And that's risen up to 82, although it's been, fairly tame, fairly mild in terms of, any increase here over the past month. But again, 82 is where we're at right now with homes on the market. The median list price and days on market for these active listings, you can kind of see we had a low of the 522 here 8 weeks back, and that got up to a high of 570 2 weeks ago, and then this last week did fall back to 543,000 is where we're at right now with these 82 homes on the market. Days on the market, you can kind of see what's happened there. It's kind of trended down here as of late. Started off at, well, I should say, peaked at 81 days here about 6 weeks back, and then it fell clear back to 45 days of average market time with some of these newer listings coming on over the past couple of weeks. Moving along to pending sales. So this last week, I show we had 7 new pendings, and the week before that we had 5, and that's definitely an improvement over kind of where we were in the month of January, which was very slow in terms of homes getting into contract. So nice to see some increased activity there. And total pendings, you can kind of see we had a high of 31 closer to the beginning of the period here, and that did dwindle down to 18 with that weak January that we had. And then it started to come back up, pop back up here a little bit as over the last couple of weeks, and we ended it with 22 homes right now in pending status in Newberg. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can see we had a low of 440 here about 6 weeks back, and then popped up into the kind of the high 400s, and right at 500,000 is kind of where we've been over the past 2 weeks for the median price of the pending listings right now. And then days on market, that has came way up from where we were. We were at a low of about 35 days here for a 3-week period, and you kind of see it did start to rise quite dramatically over this past month. So this last week, I should say, we ended it at 82 days of average market time for these 22 homes that are currently pending. And then sold listings. So as of the time I put this together, we had 3 properties crossover from pending to sold this last week, same as the prior week, which is down from some of the closings that we had in weekly closings we had in January. So when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis, we kind of topped out here over this, last 8 weeks at 26 homes had closed over the prior 4 weeks. And then we've been kind of sitting, for a long time and right around 20. And then this last week did dip down to 17 is kind of the latest reading on that. So 17 homes have closed over the prior 4 weeks in Newberg. And then the median sold price and days on market for those solds, we had a high of 489,000 here 7 weeks back, and then you can kind of see a pretty dramatic decline here. And this last week it kind of hit a low for the past 8 weeks at 435,000. Kind of a similar thing with the days on market. You can kind of see we topped out here around 70 days of market time here, over a month and a half ago, and then it got down into the 30s. So this last reading is 35 days of average market time for these most recent 17 sales. And then last piece of data we'll look at here is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So kind of with the slight increase in inventory or homes on the market, and then kind of the decline in sales over the past 8 weeks, you did see kind of an increase in, weeks of inventory. So we had a low of 10 weeks of inventory, about closer to 7 weeks ago. And then this last week kind of jumped up to 19 weeks, which is about 4.5 months right now of inventory based upon current levels of supply and demand. And then the sale price is percent of the original list price. We kind of peaked out here a little over 97% or about a 3% discount off of the original asking price is what sellers were getting. Has come down a bit over the past couple of weeks. This last week kind of came in at, between 95, 96% of asking. So, a little bit of, price weakness here, relative price weakness for sellers over the past couple of weeks. So, with 4.5 months of inventory and, we're definitely kind of, prices are, moderating here a bit. It's, a little bit more of a challenging market right now for sellers. Again, a lot of that has to do with just affordability factor and interest rates. And I'll kind of finish up here talking about that again. Looking at a site that I use called Mortgage News Daily, kind of gives us some daily look of what's happening with interest rates. This is the 30-year fixed rate loan. And pretty volatile week last week in interest rates. We started the week at about, a little under 7%. I think it was about 6.9. And then we had a couple big days downward in terms of rates. Got down to about 6.65, I think, middle of last week. And then last Friday it really shot up again right around 6.9. And when I looked this morning, rates are up here again, a little bit over 7% this morning for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, kind of in a top tier borrower scenario. So challenging rate environment. It's very difficult, obviously, to forecast interest rates. So I'm not going to try. But we'll see kind of where they, we're still kind of got headwinds when it kind of comes to, inflation. And, the Fed came out last week and basically kind of poured a little bit of cold water on the bond market in terms of any potential rate cuts here in the near future in their benchmark Fed funds rate. So I think that was obviously a big piece of why we've seen increased rates here over the past couple of days. So anyway, that is the update for now, and hope it was helpful for you as always. If I can answer any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. My numbers and email address are always down below these videos in the description. So let me know what I can do to help. Always appreciate any feedback you can give me on these videos, liking them, commenting on them, sharing them is always appreciated. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button to the channel, my channel, please do that and keep up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next update.